Hi, my name is Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about why some people can be controlling. And I really want to highlight what this is actually all about at a root level. So the overarching themes, first and foremost, as to why people can be controlling is number one, control is always rooted in fear. People are essentially trying to control what they believe is likely to bring a bad outcome. And it's a subconscious strategy to create a better outcome. So just objectively, that's essentially what it's rooted in. So let's say, for example, that somebody is trying to control their partner from not speaking to somebody that they think their partner could become attracted to or that they think is attractive. If we just look at actually objectively what's taking place, they believe that there's going to be a negative outcome, for example, a threat to the relationship potentially, and they're trying to control the behavior as a strategy to bring about a better outcome for themselves. Now, here's what's really important to recognize when it comes to control. When somebody is unable to work through their own fears and insecurities, then they're going to be more likely to have an output of controlling behavior. So for example, if I'm somebody who has a lot of fears, I believe, let's say I've had past experiences in relationships and haven't worked on them, for example. And let's say it's I believe that everybody will cheat, or I believe people will always lie, or I believe people will leave me or abandon me, or I believe people will say negative things about me in relationships. Well, then I'm probably going to try to control them as a subconscious strategy to prevent that from happening. And the interesting thing is we all know that our subconscious mind is basically this filter, this lens that we see the world through. It's like putting glasses over, right? If you have a specific color of glasses, like purple colored glasses, the world looks purple. Our subconscious mind, when we have old wounds, when we've had experiences of losing trust from people in the past, or we've had experiences of being talked about negatively or whatever it might be, that creates this lens, almost like this layer that you perceive the world through. And so whether somebody is likely to do that or not, you have a greater likelihood of assuming that there's a greater chance that they will, or possibility that they will, if you have unresolved past trauma that's stored at a subconscious level, because it's essentially coloring what's taking place for you in your subconscious mind. And so what happens is you see the world through those fears. And then if you haven't had the opportunity to work through those fears within yourself, they're going to get projected out onto your relationships. And one form of that taking place is through trying to control. It's a strategy to not have to feel the pain associated with if those fears come true, right? So it's really just an emotional strategy at the end of the day, but not a healthy one. And there's a relationship we can all have to control that's healthy versus unhealthy. Control that's healthy looks like this. It looks like, oh, I realize something's showing up for me. I have to control it in my inner world. And that looks like, let me understand why my behavior is moving towards me trying to control something. And let me understand what fear that represents inside of me, and maybe what past wounds or traumas I have to reprogram at a subconscious level. Now, if you want to check out, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch more about control in just a second, because we're not done yet. So there's a lot more to touch on this topic. But if you want to do work on reprogramming old fears, old wounds with past traumas, old things that are staying with you, like what people call baggage, quote unquote, from past relationships, the best course for this that you can check out for free for 7 days is the Emotional Mastery and Belief Reprogramming course. It helps you see all those different things that we've stored subconsciously from the past. It gives you specific questions to pull those things up, and then really specific tools to help reprogram them and communicate about them, and also process when you feel triggered in a moment. So there's a really comprehensive set of things that you can check out, again, for free for 7 days. You can feel literally free of old stuff, and you can feel present in your relationships and have the opportunity to actually thrive in your relationships without being chained to your past in some way. Now, when we're looking at other aspects of control, we understand that that's first, right? Our fears or insecurities, we're trying to control a potential outcome, sometimes based on somebody's behavior we're in a relationship with. It may be unhealthy, but largely a lot of the time based on our own pre-programmed fears and wounds from past experiences. Now, the next thing that I want you to understand is that for that to exist is the first part. The second part is that we must have some kind of belief in the situation, or lack of belief that we can communicate, but some kind of belief that we can't communicate. So we believe that if we were to say to somebody, hey, I'm afraid, and here's what I need reassurance, or I need validation, or I need transparency, or whatever it could be that would help us communicate about that fear and then get a positive outcome within a relationship dynamic, we don't have those tools at our fingertips either. And so if we don't think we can communicate, control is a way of getting your needs met without having to talk about anything, right? It's like, well, I'll just control the behavior or push the behavior in a certain direction of someone else, rather than actually realizing this is about me. And what I need to be able to do is say, hey, I'm afraid. I'm triggered. I'm upset. Here, can we work through this together? I need some support. And to actually ask a partner or loved one for support. Now, in most cases, what I find is the reason people don't think they can communicate is because in childhood, when they tried to have a boundary or tried to say no, it didn't go well. So it's like this subconscious program that believes that there's no point to communicating. So it's almost like an unknown, like they don't even realize necessarily like, hey, I could communicate and that might resolve it. But in some cases as well, we may have a more unhealthy bond or an unhealthy relationship where when we try to communicate, it's not well received by someone either. And in that case, it's probably not the proper relationship to want to be in, because in order to move the needle and actually thrive, we have to be able to talk through potential challenges both internally and it may affect the relationship externally as well. So healthy control is I control my thoughts and perceptions and how I show up and how I respond and how I communicate about something causing me fear or discomfort. And unhealthy control is I don't. And so I try to change someone else's patterns or behaviors or output instead. And you'll really see the difference. So anyways, I hope this makes sense. If you want to do the work on that stuff too, by the way, the free courses you can check out for 7 days are number one, the advanced needs course, which is all about how to identify your needs and then communicate them. And if you want to go much deeper into needs, so you know what your needs are when you feel triggered, the Discover, Embrace, and Fulfill Your Personal Needs is like the most comprehensive needs course as well. We'll take you through all the different layers of needs and where they're likely to show up and questionnaires to really get clear on what yours are in relationships and all that really good stuff. So you have all that material to communicate, to share, and to get seen and heard and understood by people around you. So anyways, you can click the link below if you want to check out that stuff. And thank you so much for being here and for watching. When you join in too, if you check out the 7-day free trial, just type in needs, you'll see the needs courses come up, or you can even click the button that says needs, the needs courses will come up. Or you can also go into, for example, the type in emotional mastery in your search bar, and you'll see that original course come up about reprogramming any baggage we may be carrying. So I hope this makes sense. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.